Good evening. This is the thekcentralshow, and I am your host, Central Booking.
Okay, Cram.
42nd in the house.
What's up, y'all? What's
going on?
What's going on with y'all, man?
Not much, man.
What's up, man? Hey, man, you in the you work in the industry, man. You gotta deal with a lot of people, man.
Yeah.
And of all races.
All races.
What do you think about these little millennials out here now, man? What you think?
I think we in trouble is what I think, man. I think that these millennials, man, they excuse me, y'all. I think these millennials, man, I think they just come up spoiled. You know, I mean, I guess every generation says that about every generation, but I just think these millennials, man, they just it's gotten worse with the millennials. Completely soft, just feminized, just feminized little women out here, man.
You know what? I was talking with one of my brothers, and we was talking about that same thing, that they pussified.
Real bad?
Yeah, real bad. You know what I'm saying? And it's like almost like it's an epidemic. You know what I'm saying?
How weak a lot of these guys are becoming?
Yeah.
Here's the deal.
Maybe you're just old.
No.
Maybe you're just old. Maybe you just out of touch. Man.
No. Some things are universal. Some things should travel all the time. You know, I mean, we gotta eat, we gotta breathe. That's a universal thing. Right. I'm not old because I still gotta eat. You know what I mean? And I don't think I think that if you're born with a dick and you're born as a man,
there's certain ways you
gotta carry yourself. Okay. We all cry, but we shouldn't act like girls when we do it, just constantly. And we think it's okay just to have emotional fits and just
now Mr. 42nd, we're not back in the days when you just could take the pussy now. You know what I'm saying? It's rules to this shit, man.
No, we're too busy doping everybody now. Now we want to drug them up.
We're too busy begging for it now.
Well, that too.
You know what I'm saying?
When we ain't doping, we're begging
for it. You know what I'm saying? Instead of getting out here and trying to take it in the way that it's supposed to be.
Take it how? What you mean take it?
And get it in the way that it's supposed to be.
We're not condoning any type of words to take it.
Okay, wait a minute, y'all.
What do you mean?
Excuse me. I don't mean rape. I don't mean rape. You know what I'm saying? But I'm talking about as far as the game is played. You know
what do you mean the game is played?
How the game is played, how we get out here and interact with women.
We forget.
You know what I'm saying?
We forget that
social network really has kind of overtook that.
True enough, it has. But that's the problem.
What do you mean?
That's part of the problem, because even though yes, you can use social networking to socially talk and do your thing, you still have to meet that person in person.
Oh, yeah, that's true.
You understand? What happens then? What, y'all gonna sit here in front of each other and text each other?
I've seen that.
You know what I'm saying? So
I see it.
I've seen that. I couldn't believe it when I saw that.
Yeah, I don't understand that.
You know,
they're right there. Why are you texting them?
Yeah, right. You see people on dates texting.
Oh man.
Yeah,
that's sad.
It's emoji. It's sending each other emoji, fucking happy faces. Like, yo, shit me.
How are we supposed to deal with the rest of the world? Through a text? You know what I'm saying? When these millennials become politicians and businessmen, supposedly, if they ever will be, we don't know, because how far they're gonna get being a pussy. You know what I'm saying? So my thing is this the way that the world is going to go? You know what I'm saying? Is this the way we're going to communicate?
And if you're so pussified, like my man Central's saying, if you're so pussified, what happens is you can be manipulated because you're so damn sensitive. All you gotta do is just say one little niche, and they go all off, and you know, the more likely they can take advantage of that. Nowadays, they can just put your ass in front of a camera and make you famous by, you know, you getting viral hits when they upload the shit.
Right,
you know
yeah.
I mean, let's take the hip hop, love and hip hop. I mean, good God, man. I mean, is it me or is Jim Jones the biggest pussy in the planet? You know? I mean,
Stevie J though,
the
man.
bitch
Stevie
that he
J.
was married to. Are you shitting me?
But what about Stevie J, man?
Man.
Well, see, I never watched it past the first season. That was it, man. And what was my man's name? Fabulous, another bitch. You know. So you know.
I don't watch it, but Fab.
Yeah, trust me, man. And that, like I said, that was the first season. I caught on to it on the first season, And I saw
That's
enough.
the seasons I didn't see. I might have saw one of the seasons with Jim Jones or two.
I think
of
this
them.
Stevie
what
J
I'm saying?
dude, I don't watch it a lot, but just the little that I've seen with this Stevie J dude.
And they faggots on there, man. I mean, come on. There's gay motherfuckers on there. I ain't got nothing against faggots and nothing like that, you know. I mean, you know, you have a right to live with your
Going in on everybody, ain't you?
But
you calling them faggots, you do got something against them.
well,
Right.
because
They don't want to hear
because
that word.
that
I don't
because
have
we're
anything
supposed to
against
put
gay
that as
people.
our image. We're supposed to put that as our image. We're supposed to, you know, homosexuals, as far as living their lives, they're entitled to live their lives as everybody else. But when you put that as when you start telling a man that this is what a man has to be, just because a man has to, you know, deal with a homosexual, even live with one, doesn't mean he has to all of a sudden betray himself as a homosexual. I think it's a lot to be said to be a George Patton. I do think it's still a lot to be said to be a Clint Eastwood, the image anyway, not the man, but the Dirty Harry, and a man with no name. I still think it's still a lot to be said to be, like a just a real steel worker type of guy.
Okay, so you know,
John Wayne.
We don't want to use certain language on, you know, people. You know how it is, man. But what do you think about that though? In that point, where it was coming from?
Well, I mean,
I don't think homosexuals like faggots. I'm gonna keep it real with you. I don't think homosexual like I know.
I get you.
I know homosexual men that do not like these fairy motherfuckers.
The flaming.
Yeah,
you mean the flaming dude.
They
So
don't
I
like
got
that shit.
yeah,
I got you.
They can't stand it no more than we can.
right.
They may like guys. They don't like that, but
wanna
they know
say
that they're men.
The only person that could use deflammatory language on the show is me. That's it, y'all. So, I was just making that point, man. Coming up in this motherfucker trying to over talk me, nigga. But now I get where you coming from, the flaming.
I'm sorry, boss.
I think the flaming dudes, you know, on that level, they do make the regular.
Yeah,
You know what
the
I'm
rest
saying?
of they make the rest of the group look bad.
Yeah.
You know.
But off that Central, I mean, what do you think about the new generation, man?
Like
How did you being a Gen Xer, you know, you related to women a little different back in the day?
Yeah,
Right?
yeah, like most of us, we have to
You
get out
got
there.
about what, 35 kids and 12, you know. Go ahead.
Like I'm trying to say,
You got court cases now.
We had to relate without social networking tools. You know what
Right.
I'm saying? And I'm not gonna get out here and say I was a player or anything like that. I was a little nerdy, so I had to make it in my own way by attracting women to me, and then getting my talk on and
Talking
what
to
have
them.
you, and talking to them. You know, it was a little harder, but I still got it in.
I miss the
You know what I'm
days, man, when
saying?
you
So-
saw them in the mall, or you saw them in the grocery store, or you saw them at the bus stop, or you saw them in the street, and you said something to them.
Yeah.
You know, it wasn't all about this texting and all
Yeah,
that
right,
shit, man.
right.
I mean, texting been around for a minute,
Yeah,
but I think we more interacted on a personal level. You know, even when you go to clubs now, I mean, it's amazing to see dudes just standing looking.
Yeah.
You know, they're not interacting with the women, but I think a lot of times, man, the women got so damn scandalous
Right.
and fucking renegade, because you got a lot of renegade rogue chicks out here, man.
Yeah.
You know, there's no rules to this game no more.
No,
man,
it's
as
not.
far
It's
as-
like they've been thrown out the window, especially with social networking being around.
But they got
I
too much
can-
power
I can,
behind
I
it,
can
too.
be
What do you
be
mean?
the whore I want to be without nobody really knowing that that's me. You understand? Because of social networking, because I can get on YouTube and twerk my ass.
Yeah, that's
you know,
true.
and do
And if
all
you
this
call
kind
them a
of thing.
whore, you get sued for defamation.
defamation. You get sued for that?
You can. I mean, if you go up there and say, let's say Holly or Naquita or Metasol.
I didn't know that.
You
man.
know, I mean, basically, if you get on the internet
Yeah.
and you basically call them out for what they are,
Yeah.
and all they can do is say, that's not me, that's just me having fun. They can put up some church pictures, get their whole girlfriends to basically turn up there and say, no, that's not her, and they can sue you for defamation. They can character assassination.
The things they let women get away with.
You know, the power that they have for the
things
shit that they get
let
away
women
with.
Get away with. That that's all directed at us as black men. You understand, especially the strong black man. Now
It's like Pepper. We all know Pepper was a hoe.
Yeah.
I mean, Tretch, that's why her and Tretch used to. Well, I don't condone this, but that's why Tretch, being the street nigga that he was, used to beat her ass. Because bottom line, she was a hoe. Straight up, she was a hoe, and she be playing him. And he's one of those old school niggas that ain't gonna let himself. He ain't gonna let himself get played like that. You know what I mean? But the problem is a lot of people took her side, and he's had to defend himself ever since.
Did you ever see her swallow that whole banana on Surreal Life? Buddy, boy, I see what he was pissed off about.
You know?
Hey, you see her swallow a whole banana, buddy. You like, hey.
Oh, okay.
I want to get with that whore too.
See, right now, I can
No
get
offense, Pepper.
Yeah, I can get sued for calling Pepper a hoe because Salt would back her up, and so would Spin and all her other friends and her daughters. They'll say she ain't a hoe, but deep down inside we know, and that's what I'm talking about. You know,
Right.
Because like you said, that's defamation of character assassination.
So you dealing with these guys, man, with these girls, man. You basically saying these guys are soft, they have no backbone, and I mean they're pretty much pee-wit.
I think we've just been taught to be that way. I mean, especially the millennials is what you're talking about.
Been taught to get ran all over, game ran on you.
Yeah,
but you gotta remember,
Come on,
who
man.
did they
Now,
have
hold on.
raising them?
Now you're talking about, hold on now. Now you're talking about it's just the millennials, right? Now, mind you, we know some people personally that is happening too.
Yeah.
And that's a lack of manhood. That comes from a lack of manhood.
Shouts out, cuz, man. I ain't trying to put you on blast, but I gotta put you on blast. I ain't gonna say your name though. I got a cousin. We all know who he is, man. Of course, he gonna hear this show.
Yeah.
You know, every time we meet a female, this dude in love in 2 days. You know what I'm saying? This nigga move all across the world for a female. You hear me?
I got a friend
You
like
got a
that
friend?
too. Got a friend like that. Hey,
Tell the story about your boy, man. How he met a girl on the internet.
Now, social networking, it's bad points.
Yeah.
You know, he got catfished the hell out of. You know what I'm saying? Now, I just remember the fact that he had talking to some woman online. You know what I'm saying? And they was talking for a good while and all of that kind of thing. She was supposedly in loving with him. He's in love with her. And, you know, but she was talking about something of being in a certain kind of situation. And even though she was in that situation, he accepted that. You know, but he wanted to see her so badly. You know what I'm saying? That he flew out there. You know what I'm saying? And come to find out, some kind of bullshit went down. I'm not gonna, personally put it all out there like that, but some personal shit went down, and he never even met this chick. Never got to meet her.
But he was sending her money and stuff.
Sending her money and all kinds of stuff. And he got catfished on the highest level. You understand what I'm saying to you? And it was just like, but I could read it just from the stuff he was telling me, and it's like, man, what the fuck is you doing? You understand? Because my thing was, there's no way I'm going to fuck with some bitch I cannot see.
Man-tied tail.
You say what?
A man-tied tail.
Yeah.
Dude from Notre Dame that found out that the bitch he was quote-unquote fucking with was a nigga. Was a dude. Yeah.
You
Wow.
know what I'm saying? And we fall for things like this. And that is being a soft dude because he was what? He was brought up by a woman who never had a man in her life. All the men impregnated her and left her. And she never had a man after that.
And she was okay with that.
Right. You understand what I'm saying? So my friend always looking for love, but he was always looking for it in the fucking wrong places.
Hey man, I'm gonna tell a funny story about your little friend, man. Hey, I'm gonna say it, man.
Go ahead, Joe.
I just remember when that motherfucker went over to one of his ex-girlfriend's house.
Yeah.
And her 14-year-old son hit him on top of the head with a bottle, man.
For what?
Just because she didn't like him.
Just because she didn't like you, man.
Just because she didn't like him. She let it happen. She kept telling him that I don't want you. Leave me alone.
You too soft.
You know what I'm saying?
So
she wanted to fuck me. You understand? But I didn't want her because I saw her for what she was. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, just mad problem.
Yeah.
So anyway, the son ended up hitting him on top of the head with a beer bottle. Man. So he come running up in the crib and shit, man. You know, but this was a 40-year-old man.
Word. Grown ass man.
I'm not gonna let some little 14-year-old kid do me like that. Nah. That'll be the last.
That's the last time he done anything.
You know
the police have to come and get me off your ass. That's how I'm going out.
So when I saw that, man, that was
even
just
even if I didn't put my hands, my son's about to put my hands on.
Somebody's gonna get.
That's
you.
it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, one of your 1,000 kids will go get him.
That's it. Ain't lying.
He'll be in trouble.
You know what I'm saying? Or I'd have went and put my hands on his motherfucking mama. Right there.
Hey, yeah, you know. But
hey, and that's just to be. Hey, you let your son do that, yo. Hey, whatever it is, yo. You wasn't the kind of woman anyway that couldn't have had her hands put on her. You was shit. You was dirt.
Yeah, man.
So she was a ghetto bitch who wanted ghetto niggas.
Right? Yeah, pretty much. That's what she ended up getting.
A stupid ghetto nigga.
Yeah, I saw her years later outside arguing with some dude.
So she got what she deserved.
You know, like I said, another renegade female, just one of these renegade females.
Just stupid, ignorant ass bitches.
Just out
what
here,
that
man.
is.
We got a lot of that now, man.
You know, problem is you're having babies, having babies by bitches having bitches, and that's the problem, man. You know.
What do you mean? What do you mean by that?
I mean, bitch niggas having babies by ghetto bitches. You know, you ain't got nobody that got some sense in their head. Yeah, they can talk all the sense they want, but you can tell for 2 seconds this bitch ain't got no sense.
Yeah. I always say, man, I'm not going in on the.
Well, a smart nigga like my man Central can tell bitch ain't got no sense.
Yeah.
But a stupid nigga
can't tell.
Right.
Yeah.
You know, and not just them. I've seen white boys. I mean, I'll tell you some stories about. See, white boys get. These are the stories that white boys get.
Mm-hmm.
Their credit cards get maxed out. They take up some trailer trash bitch that's got 5 motherfucking kids, and they truly in love with this girl. They don't have any kids.
Right.
She's got the kids. She maxed out his credit cards. He turns around and get her pregnant. She gets him arrested on his job for child support. This is the kind of shit honkies get arrested for. This is the kind of shit they get into. They fall in love with some bitch, and because they want the pussy, the bitch can pretty much literally do anything. And she can fuck with all these men. She can disrespect herself or disrespect herself in your eyes, how what you see is disrespect.
Yeah.
She can talk shit to you. And this is what I deal with. These white bitches that be talking shit to their man, and he just be sitting there like, and you know what? I don't even worry about it because I know he ain't gonna smack her. Let me tell you something. When I get a black dude, when I'm dealing with him and his bitch run her mouth too long, I gotta break that shit up.
Yeah, right.
I'm like,
you know what's about to happen.
You know what's up. I gotta stop conducting
and don't let them be from our area.
Exactly. I gotta stop.
You might have to stop and say, okay, the ride's over right here.
Yeah, okay.
I can get out and beat each other's ass out here.
Yeah, you know. I gotta stop this shit. You know what I mean? But that's the flip side of that coin is that they've got these, and especially these millennial white boys, they got no motherfucking shame. These millennial hunkies ain't got no goddamn shame. They will beg. They will be out there, Brenda, get in the car. Brenda. And Brenda's out there talking to 5 hunkies. She's out there talking to them motherfuckers. She's out there and she ain't paying no attention to the guy. And I'm like, and even now that's when I gotta jump and say, hey man, come on man, let's just do this, man. And he's like, oh, okay. You know, I mean, just shit like that, man. You know, I mean, I've had guys take me to some girl's house so they could knock on the door and beg to be let in.
Oh my God.
And then someone would beg to be let in. And he's, please, I love you so much, please.
Oh,
and he said, here's my wallet, here's whatever you need. And she's looking at me smiling. And I got my head like, I'm embarrassed for him.
Right.
Baby, this is not manhood. You know, I'm looking at her like, you will never do this shit to me. Right. You would never do that to me. I don't give a damn if your name is, well, Beyonce maybe. But, you know, sorry, you know. I'm sorry. That, you know, and I mean, so, with us, man, we just get, when it comes to us, we just get feminized.
But we settle for any and everything. That's the problem.
Yeah,
that's what you're telling me right there. You settle for something that he knows nothing about.
This is something that we have a bad habit doing. I'm saying that, in especially, you know, brothers, these big girls, man. I mean, it's just settling. Just for any old thing, man.
Oh,
God. And my thing is this, look, man. These females, they have standards. Why don't you have some standards?
Right.
These females have standards. But listen.
Yeah.
And then you got these dudes that take on the kids that ain't theirs. I mean, the chick been hit off from 15 to about 25 by half of the town she was in.
And she's still working the town.
Right. And it's always some thirsty sucker, man, that's gonna come in.
And she ain't done yet because your dumb ass got locked up for her.
See?
It's my thing is, and I'm talking about where we live right now. That I've been
this
seeing.
Thirsty Bill right here.
Oh yeah, I know it is.
Oh, the thirst is
real. The thing
real.
that trips me out is how these big bitches got self-esteem. You understand?
Yeah, I ain't never seen that.
And think that they can have their pick of the litter.
Yeah.
You understand? Like,
and everybody says
that. You don't deserve me.
Everybody says that.
I can get better than
about
you.
this place.
When they come from out of town, what you realize, they all say the same shit.
And it's like, excuse me? Wait a minute.
Remember that dude that let you talk to that time?
Yeah.
Remember that dude that let you talk to?
Yeah.
He was saying your words.
Same shit,
My thing is that they got this self-esteem issue that if you was up where we come from, you'd be happy to get any motherfucker to pay you any attention.
You pay him for the dick.
Sure would. Sure would.
You can drive my car. You ain't got no gas in it.
Yeah. But down here where we at, it's like, for real? Huh?
It's definitely a different world.
Wait, did I fall and bump my head? I'm in the Twilight Zone or somewhere? When did the fat bitch
they don't need dick down
ever have a self-esteem issue where she got more self-esteem than you got?
They don't need dick down here. They don't need a man down here because there's so many bitches down here with dicks, chicks with dicks down here that's willing to basically just literally lay down as a carpet over a puddle that they don't I mean, if they got it all of a sudden, somebody like y'all all of a sudden decides up and say, hey, look, I'm a real man, it's like, nah, fuck that shit. You making me trying to be a real woman? Fuck that shit. I ain't trying to be no real bitch. Not for you. I'd rather be this way. I get what I want. I get my stamp, plus I get my stamp, I get this, or I get my trailer paid for, however it goes, man. I get what I want, I can do what I want, I can smack this motherfucker, I can do whatever. And what he gonna do? He thank you, can I have another? At the end of the day.
Call you out, talk shit to you. Of course, we witnessed that here.
Yeah.
With you know who.
Yeah.
I don't say no names, but we witnessed that here. I mean,
this
chick just wild out on this dude all the time.
Yeah.
I would have left her ass the first time I saw her. The
first time she thought she could swell up like that.
Listen.
First time she thought she could swell up like that. It would have been, you know what? All right, I'm out.
And you know what I found so funny?
No shit like that.
It's the girls that holler, because in my business, sometimes girls do flirt with me. Yeah, I know, shock. Anyway, but sometimes girls do flirt with me, and it's some of them. They think because they probably see me the same way that a lot of people see me. They think, well, this nigga's so thirsty, he'll do anything. But they're so fucking shocked when all of a sudden I got some dignity to stand on. When I use the word no, when I tell them no, I'm not gonna do it, they just surprised at that. Cause they think, well, it'll be another 1,000 years before you get some pussy. They'll be like, well, look, I'd rather have my.
That's the case. I got a hand, bitch.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? And there's a bunch of porn on the internet.
I'd rather sleep with my dignity than to turn around and have it fucked out of my ass.
Right.
Who the bitch here? Me and you? Am I putting Vaseline up my ass? Come on, what's up?
Yeah. You just gonna play me like that? Yeah. That makes a lot of sense.
You know? How dare I say no to you? Oh, yeah. Well, guess what? Yeah, I'm the type of nigga. Yeah, even this nigga, I just fucked up your night. Even I said no to you. How dare I do that shit?
I'm waiting for it.
Because I come from that school, man.
Where we at right now, I'm waiting for a situation like that so I can tell a bitch just how ugly she is. You understand what I'm saying to you? Because my thing would be like, bitch, who was you talking to? And where did you think you could come off like that on me?
That's like your girl moved out before he moved in, so he couldn't tell her that.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So my thing is, fuck all that, yo. You know what I'm saying? Oh, the one time I wanted to do it, he let me meet somebody. And I should have, but I just closed my mouth and walked away. Like, all right.
Yeah, whatever. Yeah.
Right. Let me get on it. Let me
I ain't gonna lie, these broads, man, these little fat broads in this part of the South, they definitely.
And they want to fight you over these hoes. I said, man, let me find you a hole for me and you to fight over, please.
Right, I don't want to fight you.
Trust me, dog. I'm doing you a favor.
Yeah.
You know. Okay, let's say we're fighting over her. You know, let's say we're fighting over this fine piece of ass.
Right.
You want to pretend we're fighting over her? Because I'll fight you over her. Because when they break us up, that's what I'm gonna say. Well, I was fucking with that girl over there. And I turned around, that's why we was getting on. So you wasn't fucking with wildebeest over here. No.
I think, man, just sitting in your area, sitting in your city can really stunt your growth. And just sitting there settling and not traveling, not going nowhere. And I think, man, too many, especially black males, man, especially in this town, these niggas need to go some fucking where.
Yeah,
they really do, man.
They do.
I mean, I understand you want to sit up and rep your goddamn city, man, but this, I mean, you know, as far as the growth and the beauty of the city.
These honkies rep this city just goddamn fine, man.
They don't need you
repping this shit.
You really don't have nothing to rep, man. You know what I'm saying? And I mean, you're successful here, you get money, you coming up, I understand. A lot of these motherfuckers be repping and don't be coming up, man.
Right.
Ain't got
dime the first.
And got some ugly girlfriend, man.
Yeah.
I mean, I remember one time, man, one of my partners, man, you know, let me meet his baby mama. You know, he repping the city, right?
Yeah.
So I'm thinking, hey, y'all, I'm thinking this baby mama fine. You hear me?
Yeah.
Man, when I saw that bitch, she scared me, man. You know what I'm saying? And look, seriously,
Yeah.
she scared me.
Yeah. I understand.
Now.
I got to see it this past summer.
Right. Now listen, when she came up to the door to shake my hand, I didn't even want to open the door. You know what I'm saying? And he was like, yo, man, this is my baby mama right here. I was like, dude, what the fuck?
Your friend, what about that bitch that was staring at you when you were sleeping?
Oh, man, I don't even want to get into that.
Central, I saw 5 seconds of her.
Oh, my God.
I saw 5 seconds of that.
My cousin.
I saw 5 seconds of her.
Man.
I was like, you gotta be shitting me. I mean, her eyes look like a fucking fly, man. I promise you. It's like a bug, man.
I wake up, man.
Could you imagine that bitch staring at you? Something like that?
If
you
you
waking
saw
up, what the fuck are you?
You saw her, man. That's what you would say. In fact, if you saw her, you wouldn't look at her too long. You'd be like,
no, you wouldn't. Not really.
Because when you saw her, I remember when you met her, you looked at her and said, okay.
Okay, that's it. You know, what if she get the hots for me? Oh,
right.
Now what I'm gonna do?
You was on my computer, man.
now what I'm gonna do?
Hey, he looked at her all of 5 seconds, rolled his eyes, got back on the computer like. My cuz was all proud to introduce her to everybody. We was all looking like, man, the fuck wrong with you, man?
Right.
But you know, that's that mommy issues. You know, I think a lot of us who settle and do that, man. I think that's just that mommy issue fucks us up, man.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So y'all, this is random talk about not settling, fellas.
Yeah.
You know any last words, man?
Hey, stay up on your game, people. That's what I tell you.
Stay up on what you mean?
Stay up on your game.
So you telling me
wake up. You know what I'm saying? Start fucking with these bad bitches.
Learn the game.
And learn the game. That's it.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Stay away from these fat bitches. Because you gotta know, if a bitch that big, she fuck that big. So you know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Hey. Well, you don't get 35 baby mamas for nothing. Anyway, Mr. 42nd, what's your tip, man?
Stop being so sensitive, fellas. I mean, it's okay to be a man. It is okay to be a man. No, it's your right to be a man. It's your right to be a man. You shouldn't have never apologize for being a man. Never apologize for that.
I'm gonna say this, fellas, man. Travel, man. Go places, man, and don't just settle for what's in your local hood, man. Go out here, man. I mean, I'm amazed at how many guys I've met here. I'd be like, have you been to Atlanta? We're nowhere from Atlanta. Oh, man, I ain't never been to Atlanta.
Oh, man.
Have you been to Cincinnati? No, man, I ain't never been to Cincinnati. And I'm like, yo, man, what the fuck wrong with you, man?
Right.
You gotta get out, man. You gotta live a little.
Have you been downtown, man? Like on the other side, not the parole side, but the other side.
Hey, you left your neighborhood. That reminds you of The Wire when the dude said niggas run from the west side
to the east side.
It's crazy, man. But y'all, it's the K Central Show. We out. Peace.
Peace.
comfortable.